Alright, hey guys, so today we're back with week 3 of the Trading Combine series, and honestly today I think it was, this week I think it was pretty alright. We did minimize the losses quite a lot compared to last week, so I like to think that we're moving in the right direction, but I do think it was shit in some aspects like my productivity and my work ethic this week. I was being a fucking lazy bum throughout this entire week, so yeah. The trades I took this week weren't the best, and the losses I took were well deserved. So yeah, let's just jump straight into it. Okay, so for today I was thinking that price could push to these high time frame imbalances. If price came past this 15-minute high and then came into these low time frame imbalances, I could expect to push up to these high time frame imbalance overlaps. I was looking for a long with my TP at the 15-minute overlap with the 1 hour inverse fair value gap, though this TP would change later on since there was a new 1 hour imbalance formed with a lower low point, making me switch to that one for my final TP. My stop loss was just below the recent low and the 5-minute order block, and I had my stop loss here because if price disrespected this 5-minute order block, then that would mean that my entire trade analysis was off. Price then came very close to my stop loss, which was pretty scary, but I had faith that the 5-minute order block would hold. This is where going down to a low time frame for an entry would have worked really well, because the low time frame imbalances like the 1 minute and 3-minute imbalances were at the low point of the 5-minute order block, which would have allowed me to snipe an entry, and this would give benefits such as sparing my mental quite a bit and also maximizing the profits I would have gained. And price then came out to make a new high, which wasn't quite at my initial partial, and that's why I moved my partial to the top of the recent high that was created because of current market conditions. An Indian price came up and hit my partial for a small gain of $60. I moved my stop loss to break even after price hit my partial, and price then came down swiftly to stop me out. Market open made price quite volatile, so it came down and swept where my stop loss was and then came out to hit where my TP was. So I ended off today with plus $60 and a total P&L of minus $170. So making back the loss from last week where we were down 500. So Tuesday I actually want to fucking hang my... Today, since price came up and swept out the newly made LRLs and this 15-minute prominent high, it was looking more like a bullish move to the high time frame imbalances and then possibly either a retrace or a disrespect into a bullish move. There was many high time frame imbalances like the 4 hour fair value gaps and the 1 hour fair value gap overlap, which I wanted price to tap into. Price had swept out the 15-minute ERL, which was within the 4 hour fair value gap, which made me want to seek shorts since it fit into my criteria for a reversal. Though today was so bad, I said I wouldn't take a trade if it was a long, and my analysis for price was to run from bullish to bearish after tapping into the high time frame because of the high time frame power. And I was initially thinking that I wouldn't take a trade for longs. I wrote that down, that I wouldn't take a trade if price went long, even if price disrespected... I wouldn't take longs if price disrespected the 4 hour fair value gap, but I'm so retarded that I entered the trade anyways. Like, I entered off of the overlap with the 1 minute, 3 minute, and 5 minute BPR, which was within the 4 hour fair value gap, and I had my stop at the 4 hour fair value gap, which I then moved to the most recent prominent low, since having the stop loss at the 4 hour fair value gap would have risked much more than I would have liked. And I was so greedy, I kept focusing on profits and deluding myself into thinking it was a good trade when there wasn't, and there wasn't anything good about the trade I took at all. Like, it went up, yes, I was in profit by like 120, but it went against my plan, and I didn't even take the partials that price gave me because I was too greedy. And yeah, so today was shit. I ended off today with minus $65 and a total P&L of minus 240. And yeah, honestly struggling to get out of the initial losses from last week. And I know it'll take some time to recover what I lost since I'm risking a lot less now, but I still find it stupid how I'm repeating mistakes that I know I shouldn't be doing. Today I was thinking that price could push bullish for a while before coming down bearish. Price was pretty close to this 15-minute high and these 4 hour plus 1 hour order blocks, which made me want to see price take out the high and respect these high time frame imbalances before pushing down. Then I would probably enter off of the retrace into these imbalances and then ride the whole move down. But what ended up happening was that price came up and it kept on climbing, and it took out the all-time high, which was pretty unexpected. Usually what happens from what I've seen recently is that after price takes out all-time high, it just consolidates or runs dry of power, which is what happened. And I didn't want to make the same mistake as yesterday, so I decided to not take a trade today. So yeah, we'll just move on to tomorrow. Alright, so today was just a bunch of chop, and I was waiting for an entry into the long since Price had tapped into the high time frame balances, though I wanted to wait for a tap into the high time frame order block just to be sure. But Price moved up from the 4-hour favela gap, which I noticed also took out data lows, so I was looking for a long up to data highs. And I was waiting for a tap into the imbalances I'd laid out, like the 5-minute, 3-minute, 1-minute order block overlap, and the 5-minute and 3-minute fair value gap. I thought my entry would be pretty viable since Price had made equal lows right above the overlap of the confluences, and it made me think that Price would want to seek that area before moving up. Though Price just kept on moving up and up until it took out data highs. And the mistake I made was just not checking the 15-minute time frame when taking the trade, because Price had tapped into a newly formed 15-minute order block. So I need to keep reminding myself of this because I've made this mistake before. And I feel like when I learn something I need to fix, I in a way drop something old that I learned that I also need to improve, and I leave it in to work on the new thing. And like before, it was me not checking the time frames, like right what it is right now, and then I went to being in the moment and then not placing my entries too ambitiously. And I'll be thinking of ways to improve that. Maybe I'll like write everything down that I need to work on before taking a trade or during the trading day. And yeah, so since I had work tomorrow, I couldn't afford staying up too late, so I just called it a day. So yeah, hopefully Friday has better price action.
Hi, Herbert.
Alright, so for Friday, I ended up entering onto a short. I missed out a pretty big up move because I didn't count full price on the lower time frame, disrespecting the 15-minute fair value gap, which made me miss entry. And I wanted to take a longs up to all-time high, which price did end up hitting. And since price swept out the all-time high, I was looking for more shorts depending if price showed that it would move lower. Price came down and disrespected the 5-minute fair value gap, and I had my entry placed for shorts right below the 3-minute low, which was made from the disrespect of the 5-minute, which price ended up tapping. And price moved up to retrace to the imbalances within the 5-minute fair value gap first before moving down. The retracement could have allowed me to gain a better entry, but I kept my entry where it would be a power play move. And my friend explained to me the concept of a power play, where he would place an entry where price tapped. It would be a powerful move that would hit the TP quite quickly, and that's how he caught the up move at the start of the market open. Though I entered this trade, my risk size was way too big. It was like 180, so I ended up ditching the trade and taking a small loss of -$8. So I ended up this week with -$250. Okay, so this week, honestly, like I said at the start, I'm a fucking lazy bum. That's all I can say. Like, I deserved all those losses that I went through, and I didn't put in the required effort to win in these trades. And for the week, I had time to put in the work, but I never did. And I can tell why I'm unprofitable, because I didn't put in the work. I just sit there and imagine what it's like being profitable instead of actually working to be profitable, and it's honestly pathetic, you know. So yeah, so many times I was thinking how I could work to improve myself, but instead I just sit there and watch YouTube videos. It's honestly stupid as. So yeah, be making some changes for next week, and hopefully we'll do a lot better next week. Yeah, thank you for watching, and thanks for the support in the last video again, and yeah, see you guys next time.